March 21st, Namibia's new president Nandine Ndaitwah has wasted no time flexing her muscle, sending shockwaves through the corridors of Western power. Picture this, a leader who, like Captain Traoré, isn't here to play nice with the old colonial playbook. While Traoré has been kicking out French troops and reclaiming Burkina Faso's gold from neo-colonial clutches, Nandine Ndaitwah is stepping up with equal audacity in Namibia. Her moves are loud, they're proud, and they're unmistakably African. From wresting control of Namibia's booming oil and gas sector, to demanding accountability from Germany for the Namibian genocide, to slamming a visa requirement on US citizens starting April 1st, 2025, this system means business, and the West is scrambling to keep up. First, let's talk about the oil and gas power play. Over the weekend, President Nandine Ndaitwah didn't just reshuffle her cabinet. She restructured the very machinery of the Namibian state to bring the oil and gas sector under her direct control. You heard that right, comrades. In a statement that reverberated across the continent, she declared, "The new emerging industries of oil and gas need to be managed in a manner that maximizes benefits for all Namibians. Therefore, the management of these industries will fall under the office of the president." This isn't just a bureaucratic tweak, it's a seismic shift. At a time when international explorers are salivating over Namibia's offshore oil discoveries, estimated to hold billions of barrels, this move is a defiant middle finger to the Western corporations who've long treated Africa's resources as their personal piggy bank. Think about it. Total Energies and Shell have been circling Namibia's waters like vultures, eyeing the massive finds in the Orange Basin. But Nandine Ndaitwah isn't here to let them dictate terms. By pulling this sector under her wing, she's signalling that Namibia's wealth will no longer be siphoned off to fatten foreign profits while her people scrape by. This is about control, ownership and dignity, principles that echo Captain Traoré's fierce stand in Burkina Faso, where he's nationalised resources to ensure they serve the Burkinabe first. Together, these two leaders are rewriting the script. Africa's treasures belong to Africans, period. But that's not all. Just days into her presidency, Nandine Ndaitwah turned her gaze to the unresolved wounds of history, staring down Germany with the ferocity of a lioness protecting her cubs. She's demanded an apology for the Namibian genocide, the brutal slaughter of the Herero and Nama peoples by German colonial forces between 1904 and 1908. A bloodbath that wiped out tens of thousands and scarred our continent forever. Germany needs to apologise, she declared, reflecting on Namibia's reconciliation efforts since 2015. And she's not stopping at words. The debate over reparations, long stalled by Western arrogance, is back on the table with a vengeance. Let me break this down for you, family. For over a century, Germany has dodged accountability, offering half-hearted gestures while refusing to fully own up to its atrocities. In 2021, they pledged a measly £1.1 billion over 30 years, peanuts disguised as penance, while rejecting the term reparations to avoid legal responsibility. But Nandine Ndaitwah isn't here for crumbs. Like her predecessors who rejected that insult, she's pushing for justice that honours the dead and empowers the living. This isn't just Namibia's fight. It's a rallying cry for every African nation still bearing the scars of colonial terror. From the Congo to Kenya, we've seen this script before. Plunder, massacre, then silence. Not anymore. With Nandine Ndaitwah joining Traoré's League of Unbowed Leaders, the West's days of dodging the bill are numbered. And then there's the visa bombshell. Starting April the 1st, 2025, US citizens will need a visa to set foot on Namibian soil. Yes, you heard me right. Namibia is flipping the script on Uncle Sam. For decades, Western nations have slapped visa restrictions on Africans, treating us like second-class citizens while they waltzed into our lands visa-free, cameras flashing, exploiting our hospitality. No more. This policy shift isn't just about logistics, it's a thunderclap of reciprocity, a demand for mutual respect. Historically, Namibia's open-door policy fueled tourism, a lifeline for its economy. But Nandine Ndaitwah is saying loud and clear, our dignity isn't for sale. If Namibians need visas to enter your country, you'll need one to enter ours. It's a move that mirrors the growing trend across Africa. Nations like Kenya and Rwanda have toyed with visa-free experiments, but Namibia's stance is a bold pivot toward equity, not charity. Now let's connect the dots. What do these moves, oil and gas control, the genocide reckoning, the visa slap, have in common? They're about sovereignty, self-respect, and shaking off the shackles of Western domination. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has been a torchbearer in this fight, expelling French military bases, seizing Burkina Faso's mines, and staring down threats from Paris with a steely grin. Now, Nandi Ndaitwah is stepping into the ring, gloves off, ready to slug it out for Namibia's place in a liberated Africa. These aren't isolated acts. They're part of a pan-African uprising, a tidal wave of leaders rejecting the old order where the West calls the shots and we're left begging for scraps. Let's zoom out for a second. Namibia's oil and gas sector isn't just a local story, it's a continental game changer. Offshore discoveries in the last few years have put Namibia on the map as a potential energy giant, with estimates suggesting over 11 billion barrels of oil equivalent. That's enough to rival some of Africa's biggest players. But here's the catch. Without leaders like Nandi Ndaitwah, this wealth could easily slip into the same old trap. Extracted by multinationals, profits shipped overseas, and Namibians left with polluted waters and empty pockets. By centralising control, she's laying the groundwork to negotiate on Namibia's terms, ensuring that every drop of oil and every cubic metre of gas serves her people first. Imagine the ripple effect. If Namibia succeeds, it could inspire Angola, Nigeria, even Ghana to tighten their grip on their own resources. That's the Pan-African dream in action. Back to the genocide issue, because this one cuts deep.